Good morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing great. I thought today we would just start out using that 2-inch brush. I'm going to go ahead and just tap into a little bit of my blue. Let me go ahead and get those colors running down below so I don't forget. I'm just going to tap into a little bit of blue, and I'm going to come right over here to my burnt umber and grab a little bit of my burnt umber. So mainly blue, just a little bit of burnt umber. And with that, if you've got your 2-inch brush, let's go ahead and rock out with the brush out. And come on with me. All right, as usual, we'll start right here on the right side corner here. Oh, got a little bit of fuzzies already. But we'll just come on over, bring it over. I'm going to tap in a little bit more of my brown here. Just a little bit more of the brown. There you go. Just back and forth, back and forth. Just do your nice little X's, okay? There we go. And we'll just bring this on down. I thought today we'd just do a nice lovely landscape with maybe a cabin. Just something really nice and pretty, and, you know, I don't know, relaxing, I guess. Some kind of country-ish type of painting here. And I'm just bringing this down to where I think the horizon would be. Yeah, it should be about right there. Let me go ahead and just pop that off. And I'm going to grab into a little bit more of my burnt umber here. And just get a little bit in the sky. Just gives you a little bit of, I don't know, some action, some movement in the sky. There we go. Nice and soft, nice and soft. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put that down. And I'm just going to grab let's go with the number 3 fan brush here. And now, you know what, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use my palette knife for today. I'm going to grab a little bit of my white. And I'm just going to come in and just start laying some of this white down. Just come in, and you can do it whatever direction you like. Kind of like it on this angle for today. And I'm just going to come in, and you just come in and you just put some of this in there. Just like so. Just like so. Maybe something like that. Okay. I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab just a little bit more of my burnt umber, just a little bit, and I'm going to come in and just put a little bit of that brown into the sky here. And we'll give it, you know, a little bit of shadow and some action and stuff. And I'm just very softly just sliding it on there, okay? Let me clean that knife. I'm going to grab a clean 2-inch brush and just come in and just one direction, just like this, just smush it in there. Just smush it on in there. I'm going to give you some great action. There we go. Some great action, and then very soft, just very soft. Back and forth, just like that, okay? With your palette knife, let's go ahead and just mix up a little bit of color here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my pink stuff, the PC, Alizarin Crimson, Alizarin Crimson. I don't know why I went PC on it. Just grab a little bit of that and a little bit of your blue and just mix a nice little color here. Maybe a little bit bluer on there. Just want a little bit bluer. There we go. And then we just take a small roll, and we're going to put in these distant mountains. So not much detail. I just want the mountains there, and then we'll just go with that. Okay. So just come in. It's great. Let me grab a little bit more. Just not enough paint here. There we go. And then just come in. Like so. I'm just going to put it in these nice little distant mountains, and I'm going to take my 2-inch brush here. I'm going to go ahead and just start pulling this out. Just start pulling that out. There we go. Nice little decent mountains in the background here. Let me go ahead and just beat the brush out a little bit here. And I'll just go right back. And I'm just going to start just crisscrossing. It's way too bright for me, so I just kind of want to dim that down just a little bit. There we go. Let me put that down. And still use that palette knife. I'm going to grab a little bit of black, a little bit of black, and mix that up in there, like so. And I'm going to put my palette knife down. I'm going to grab a filbert brush. I want a little bit more, just a little bit more control with this. And I'm going to come in and do something like that. Oh, my stomach is growling. It is about 7 in the morning right now, so I hope you're doing good. It's a little bit humid where I'm at, but it's not Florida. I can tell you that much, not Florida. And I'm just going to take this and just, there we go. Maybe a little bit more, just a little bit more. Not much detail with this, I just want indication of something in the background here. 2-inch brush. There we go. There we go. Not much detail in the background here. Let me get a little bit more, just a little bit more of this color. And just scrub that in a little bit more. There we go. And we'll take the 2-inch brush again and just smooth it on out. Just smooth it on out. Remember, not much detail with this, okay? Not much detail. And I'm going to go ahead and just tap into a little bit of my white here. And just tap in a little bit underneath. There we go. There we go. And just kind of get this all missed out. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. And then very softly lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. There we go. And it just puts that nice little misty, hazy type of mountain in there. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Alrighty, got an awesome painting working so far. I hope you are doing awesome where you're at. Good morning to you. Let's go ahead and use a 1-inch brush. And I'm just going to tap into some straight Sap Green. I'm going to take the brush, not this way, but that way, and just pull some down and just tap into it. Just tap into it. All right, with that, let's go ahead and continue with this awesome project. And if you're painting along, touche with you, let's go ahead and rock. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just put in a little bit, just a little bit of some greenery in the back, stuff like that, just so we know there's something there. And just tap. You can tap long ways, you can tap whichever. Go like this, you get a little bit more. You go on the side, you get it like that. Big thing is just something, okay? Let's get something there as an indication. And I'm not hitting too hard, just nice little taps, and you get what you're looking for. There you go. There we go. There's just a little bit of Sap Green. Tap a little bit more, just get a little bit more of the dark up in here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and use that 2-inch brush. Once again, I'm gonna tap into just a little bit of white. It just helps you out a little bit, and you can go ahead and get some mist up in here again. This is where you need a good canvas, because if you push like this and you have a canvas that's not very strong, it's gonna be bouncing all over. So it does help if you have a nice strong canvas, keep your canvas, or a nice strong easel to keep your canvas in place, so there's no messing around. There we go. And then very softly just lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. And I have a little bit of paint there, and I'm using, I forgot to tell you, I used Bob Ross medium on this, and it always has that reaction with the paint there. And I have some paint there on my brush because I cleaned it, and so you can get a little bit of action because of that. But there you go, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down, and I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna go ahead and tap into a little bit of my black, and a little bit of my green, okay? And I'm gonna come in and just do the same thing, okay? But just in front of that, there we go. Remember, a little bit of your black and your green. There you go, just in front of that, just in front of that. There you go. There you go. And if you take your palette knife, you can get just a couple little scrapes here or there. And I'll go back over it just to push those little twiggies in. There you go. And I'll take that same brush and I'll just come back, just tap a little bit, and it pushes those twiggies in because they're a little bit bright. And there you go. And I'm gonna go ahead and use that same 2-inch brush. And I'm gonna go ahead, tap into a little bit more of that white. And then same thing, right here at the bottom. Just keep tapping, 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 tapping. There you go. Very softly, just kind of lift it up, lift it up. All right, let me put that down. I'm gonna grab my filbert brush, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of my yellow here. And I'm gonna come in and start putting in a little bit of some background grass, long distance in the background, just like so. Just like so. I'm gonna add a little bit of my yellow ochre. Add a little bit of that in there. And I'm gonna go back to I'm actually using cadmium yellow light. Usually I use a Hansa, but today I decided to go with cadmium yellow. And same thing, you just put that up in there. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Sap Green. Get some of that in there. There you go. Just some nice background stuff. Let's get a little bit more yellow. So a little bit more yellow. There we go. All right. I'm going to take the 2-inch brush and I'm just going to smooth this out. And just smooth that out. With your 2-inch brush, or excuse me, 1-inch brush. This one's a little bit dirty. It's got some of the green that I use from here. And I'll just continue to use this perfectly fine. I'm gonna go ahead and try to double load. So I'm gonna use, I think I'll just use some black on one side. Some black on one side. And I'm gonna use maybe yellow ochre on the other. So I'm going to double load and we'll see how this comes out. And all right, let's go ahead and rock and roll. I'm going to just come in and just start hitting. There we go. There we go. It just gives you a little bit more, and we'll go back and highlight, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to go with, keep the dark on here, and I'm just going to go with a little bit of the yellow. And then, say, I'm holding it like this, and just with the corner, you can go ahead and you get something awesome. And let's do one more here. Same thing, a little bit of black. I'm gonna go into my yellow. And then same thing, with the corner, just like so. Let's do something right here. And there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and use my liner brush. I'm just gonna dip into a little bit of my medium here. And I'm going to go right into my sienna with a touch of the umber. And I'm just going to come in and just put in a nice little tree trunk, something like so, and maybe something like so. And I'll add just a touch, maybe just a touch more of some white in there, just to kind of maybe help it come out a little bit better. There we go. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm going to grab a clean 1-inch brush. I'm going to dip into just a touch of my medium. I'm going to go right into my yellow here, just straight into the yellow. And then once you get it loaded, just tap it. And I'm just going to come in and just start tapping a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little bit more here. Just a little bit more here. And then just a little bit here. Same thing. Just what you've been doing. Nothing else. There we go. And it kind of pushes that right on in there. Let's go ahead and use our palette knife. I'm going to use actually, I think I'm going to use the small one on this. And I'm going to go ahead and just put in something. I'm going to go ahead and scrape out. There we go. Just scrape off what you can to make your life a little easier. And I'm just going to go into straight burnt umber here. Pull it down, grab yourself a nice little roll, and you're going to come in and just touch. And same thing here. There we go. There we go. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of white, and I'll mix it with a little bit of my sienna here. And I'm just going to come in and just put in some boards. Put in some boards, maybe just have one come across like so, and with just a little bit of white, come in and just highlight the top of this roof here. And same thing here. It's always tough for me because my hands shake, so that's why I tell you, just do the best that you can. I'm going to use this dirty brush. This time I'm going to go ahead and just get some nice dark color on here. Just go pull it down one direction to straight black. And come in and maybe put a little something right there, cover it up. I'll take the brush that has the medium and the yellow on it. And I'm just going to touch into my Phthalo Green, just a touch of the Phthalo Green in there. And then same thing, come in and we'll put a little bit of a highlight. Awesome. Let me put that down. And I'm going to grab my next palette knife. Give me 1 second, just got to clean it. We'll go ahead and start putting in another one. Let's see, this one. Trying to think. Maybe we'll put it right here. And just straight down. There we go. And same thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of black into my burnt umber. Straight down, make a nice dark color. And we'll go ahead and start to block this out. There we go. Believe it or not, I usually struggle a little bit with cabins because I just don't do them very often, so it always gets my mind a little bit, but as long as you got a general idea, you're good. Let me get a little bit more color here. Give me 1 second. Just trying to get this little back guy here. Always an issue. All right, good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and take some white. Yeah, I'm gonna mix it with that little bit of sienna and some of that burnt umber. Get a nice color here. And I'm gonna go ahead right here. And straight down. And same thing here. Just give me 1 second. There we go. So I tell you, always just do your best. Some things you struggle at, some things you're better. As long as you're painting and having fun, that's what it's about. So that's going to be the back side. We'll make this side a little bit darker. So I'm going to add just a little bit of black to that mixture and a little bit more brown. And then we'll make a nice darker color here. And it'll come in. And then you'll come back right over here. There we go. Let me get that. Always get that corner right here is a struggle for me. There we go. There you go. So a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. We'll go ahead for the roof. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white, some of my sienna, and my umber. So sienna, umber, and a little bit of my black. There we go, nice and mixed. And we'll come in, and just like here, if I shake your hands, and then we'll just come in and put the roof in. There we go. And maybe just a little bit of just white, just to give it, there we go, a little bit of white. I always struggle because my hands shake, so this is always difficult for me. But there you go. And then we'll do, there we go. Let me clean that. Grab myself a little black on the small side of the knife. And just come in and maybe just put a window, maybe 2 windows. And we'll leave it just like that. I'm just going to clean the knife. I'm going to come in and use the brush, the 1-inch brush that has the dark color on it. I'm going to go ahead, once again, just go in straight black. Just straight down with it, straight down with it, straight down. And there we go. Put a nice little tree in there. Let me grab my liner brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of this color here. And just come in and just put in a little bit of some tree trunkish. A little bit of tree trunks. There we go. Put that down. I'll grab the 1-inch brush that has the green and the highlight color. I'm just going to dip into a little bit more of my medium. And I only do this to thin the paint down. One direction. Once again, a little bit more of my Phthalo Green. And get yourself a nice color, and then turn it and come back here. And you're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of highlighting. just a little bit of your highlight. Okay, so we got a nice little tree line going. I want to go ahead and just maybe put a pine tree in just for the fun of it. So I'm going to use my number 3 fan brush, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll just go ahead and double load. It's kind of been my thing. So we'll go dark color on one side, and then we'll come over here and do this on the second side. So dark on one, light on the other, light side up front. And let me just, for the fun of it, make a little tree trunk. It makes life a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and just put one right there. Maybe we'll have one more right there. And double load. So remember, light side up front, dark side on the bottom. And you're going to come in and just start to tap, tap. And there you go. And we will have to probably go back and re-highlight. But the same thing. Let me get a little bit of that medium because it's just a little sticky. Light on one side, dark on the other, and we'll come up here, same thing, and just start. Start hitting it. And there you go. And then we'll go back and just do a little bit more of a highlight to it. A little bit more, grab a little bit of that highlight color, and we'll just come in and just a little bit more here and there. There we go. And then I'm just going to do up the dark. What's cool about this, you don't have to go back and highlight and then mess your pine trees up when you're not used to highlighting. So if you double load it, you can just come in and then just add a little bit more dark, a little bit more of your kind of your shadow or your highlight color, and things just seem to pop out. Okay, with a clean 2-inch brush, I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting in some grass. I think we'll put one big old pine tree right here and we'll call it a day. So a 2-inch brush, I'm just gonna tap, pull out my yellow. Well, I got a big old chunk that popped over there. All right, so just pull out your yellow and just start to tap. Tap and kind of push it up. And then you're just gonna come in and just start tapping. Just start tapping. Make sure you keep loading up. There you go. And then right here, try not to kill this little dark. I mean, you want to come in and get some stuff going. But try not to kill your dark because you need that, okay? And that's it. It's back and forth. Back and forth. There we go. Remember, just pull it down, tap, tap, and then you get the stuff you're looking for. Keep this dark in here. Keep the dark in there. It's what gives you your distance and your planes and all that stuff. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and just tap into a little bit of the white. Tap, 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 just a little bit. And we want a little bit, just a little bit of highlight. Just a little bit of highlight here or there. Maybe. There we go. Not too much of this or you'll kill everything, okay? Not too much. And then I think just one pine tree right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just go like this. We're gonna come in and straight down. And then grab some of my medium, make my life a little easier. Put that in here. Put that in there. I'm going to touch again of that Phthalo Green. There we go. And then remember, dark on the one side. So dark on one, light on the other, and we'll come in and start to pop this off. There we go. There we go. And we'll go back, like I said, and re-highlight, but it gives you just some extra stuff. I tell you, it just does. I just seem to like the double load. It just makes life a little easier. So a little bit easier. And then down here, I'm just going to load it up nice and dark on both sides. There we go. All right, liner brush, dip into just a little bit of the paint thinner. I'm going to go right into that mixture that we had. Burnt sienna, brown, a little white, a little black. And I'm going to come in and just put in, we'll add a little bit more white because it just doesn't stick out as much. So I'll add a little bit more white into here. There we go. That sticks out a lot better. There you go. I'm going to take my fan brush here. I'm going to just go right into a little bit of my medium. I'll go into this color here. A little bit more. There we go. And I'm just going to come in and just start to just re-highlight some spots. Push in that. Let me highlight a little bit better here. Grab a little bit of that white. All right, so we get a little bit, there we go, a little bit more of the white. There you go. Like I said, I mean, I just like it because it just gives you a little bit more there. And with the liner brush, I'm just going to dip into a little bit of my black here with a little bit of the paint thinner, and we'll get ourselves a couple little lines. There you go. There you go. A couple little guys over here. There we go. All these little extras you can put in, it's just little extras, you know. It does make everything pop out a little bit more, pushes stuff back. Maybe, I don't know, a couple long little, couple little grasses here or there. Maybe. That's it. Just whatever you like. I mean, you can do whatever. There we go. Maybe. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that. I'm gonna dip into a little bit of my white medium here. And I'm gonna go ahead and sign this guy. This was a fun little painting. I hope it was fun for you. I really do appreciate your time. Thank you for your support. Like always, if it's nice and loose, your paint will glide right on over this and you should be able to get your signature in. And until next time, I definitely want to wish you the best. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe.